What is up, guys? Welcome to the overview for the March update. There's some kind of cool stuff with this and then some things that I don't like. I'm going to just do a little overview on it and kind of share with you my thoughts on the patch. So the first part is a little bit of changes with the pets. They added some new ones, and I'm not sure where exactly it says it, but basically they made them so that they collect items, gold, and life force for you. I think this is pretty cool. I mean, a lot of the annoyance of doing castles is kind of hunting down and actually like not even hunting down things, but when I kill a mine, I have to go over there and actually loot it rather than just having my pet walk over there and loot it for me. I think this is a pretty cool change, and I like it overall. What else was I going to say about this? You can also set up which quality items you want your pets to pick up. So a lot of the times when you kill off a big group of mobs, a lot of the items will be laying on top of each other, and sometimes you don't want to pick up the greens and the white items. So you can actually set up your pets to pick up the quality that you want. So it'll kind of keep your backpack or whatever, your stash, a little bit more empty, so you don't have to empty it as much. So that's pretty cool. You have an undo option. So basically, if you made recent changes to your castle defense, you can go back to the previously validated setup. I think this is good for people who who are trying to like make their castle a little bit too hard. Maybe they can't beat it themselves when they change things up, so they will be able to revert back to a castle that um, they were actually able to complete. So I think that's a fine change. That's all good. Targeted attacks is where it starts to get a little bit. I don't like it as much for me specifically. I think this overall is a good change, but a lot of the ways that they implemented this I don't really like. So currently, how it's set up is you get 5 of these targeted attacks. One it refreshes every 8 hours. So basically, you have a maximum of 5, which I think the maximum is a little bit low, but that's fine. Whatever, that's okay. But how it's basically working right now is you can only targeted attack people who are inside of your league and unless you are friends with them. So basically, they have to be inside your league, or you have to be friends with them. So this works really badly for me specifically because I have a lot of people who add me from YouTube, and I just kind of add everybody. I go through, and if I like take this off for a second and jump back into the game, load up my friends list. I mean, it's huge. My friends list is like literally enormous, with a ton of people that have 0 or low amounts of crowns. All of these people will be able to target and attack me, which I don't necessarily mind. But I wish that me myself I could go into the leaderboards, go into worldwide, and attack some of these people without having to be in their league. I think that would be um, an okay change. I don't really. I mean, I can understand why they do this because even though you have 3,092 crowns, your castle is not that much better than any other level 30. There's nothing that you can do to make your defense that much better. Maybe you're a really good attacker, such as me, but your castle defense can only be so good. So this works uh, really badly for me because everybody from YouTube is going to add me and try to target attack, and I don't want to take people's opportunity to do that away. I don't want to make it so that you guys can't attack my castle and do a targeted attack. So I'm not going to delete people off my friends list. I was thinking about doing that. I'll probably just let my crowns go down to almost nothing, and from that point I'll be able to just get crowns from everybody. But I just won't be as competitive with crowns. I won't go for these high up leaderboards like #1 worldwide because I think I could do that if I really set my mind to actually getting up there. Because I don't really lose many castles when I attack them, at least not when I'm concentrating on it and trying to focus on them. And I did like the little bit in the few like weeks when the open beta first came out, when you were able to target attack whoever you wanted, and actually targeting attacking like the top 3 crown leaders and stuff like that. I liked that. I thought it was pretty cool. But I kind of hope that they tweak it maybe a little bit and make it a little bit better. But either way, let's see if I can get this up back up. Okay, there we go. Um, so let's jump back into that, and we'll go back into it. So that's kind of the thing that I don't like about it. I could also create a secondary account and go for crowns on that account specifically or something. We'll see what I do. I don't know. I don't really care that much about crowns. To be honest, I haven't been playing Mighty Quest as much as other games because I've just been a little fed up with the balance lately. I think everybody's been fed up with the balance. We're really waiting for a creature balance change to actually bring new life into the game, because right now it's kind of you know, 3 to 5 setups over and over and over again. Like there's not really all that much different that you can do with your castle if you want to win against people. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. So we have the full balance notes. Basically, this is the same thing that I was talking about already. It just goes into a little bit more detail. So you can see, you know, the castle rollbacks, the targeted attacks. Yeah, I mean, it says allows players to attack their friends and any other player for crowns. But currently, and I can show you guys before I end the video if I remember, the message that it pops up if you try to attack someone that's not on your friends list and is outside of your league. It basically says this player needs to be in your league or you need to be friends with them. So this is kind of a misleading statement, but either way, I don't need to go into that too much. Then there's the pets thing. It sell for gold currently, so I think that's a good change. As long as they could even be gold and blings, but I like the opportunity for people to spend time in game to get things that, you know, premium players can also get. You know, I like that sort of way to make a free-to-play model. You know, I like if you want to spend time in the game, sure, you can get the same thing that people can pay for, because like the different pet skins don't really matter. You know, it's just cosmetic things. But if you can get them still by putting in time in the game, I think that's good. And then you can select what quality of items your pets pick up in the options menu. That's what I was also talking about. No PvP attacks until castle level 5. Okay, whatever. That's no big change. I guess the one good thing is that this stops people from keeping their castle at level 4 and accumulating a ton of crowns like someone was doing a couple, probably like a month ago now. And I had people attack him, which was kind of fun. Target attacks. So I didn't actually read through all of this stuff. I kind of went over the big changes and then I went into the game and tested it out myself. But let's see if it talks about this. Yeah, so targeted attacks allow you to attack your friends even if they are in another league. But if you're not friends with that person, you can't attack them. Targeted attacks replenish at a rate of 1 every 8 hours, up to a maximum of 5 total. Number of targeted attacks is displayed in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. You guys can see that right now. It's up. I don't know if I can show my mouse. Yeah, I won't be able to show it on that screen, but it's up in the top left. There's a little arrow and I don't know, like a board for the arrow or whatever. Target. Revenge mechanics have not changed. Players defeated by a targeted attack can take revenge on the attacker. A targeted attack is not considered by a revenge. Is not consumed by a revenge. Excuse me. A targeted attack cannot be initiated if the attacker or the defender do not have enough crowns to lose or win. So basically, this clause right here makes it so that you cannot really do chicken farming through targeted attacks, because if the person's crowns are at 0, then they won't be able to. Well, actually, I'm not sure about that. I think maybe if you did it at a high enough level, they would lose 0 crowns, so it would still let you. I'm actually not 100% sure. I might have to test that out just to see. But either way, with only 5 targeted attacks, you can only do 5 every 8 hours, or every, like, what, 40 hours it would be? So that's, I mean, it's not really going to be an issue either way, even if you can do chicken farming with targeted attacks. And then they did a bunch of runaway balancing, which, I mean, this is fine, right? This is a hero that is specifically in the balancing phases. They have it as only able to be bought through packs because it's an imbalanced hero. Is this good or bad? You know, that's a question that will come up often because technically having this hero, if it's overpowered, the game can be considered pay to win. If it's not, then it's just an underpowered hero. Who cares? But I mean, balance changes on this is fine. The thing that I'm really looking for in these patches is other balance changes, because we're really waiting for trap and creature balance changes to come through. You know, this is great, but we really need other things to be changed. It's what everybody's been kind of waiting for since like the first week of open creation, when everybody was doing the same thing. We need something to bring new life into castles and stuff like that, or else the game just gets really boring, because every attack you do, you kind of see the same castles. Every defense you do, if you want to win, then you kind of have to do the same general thing that everybody else is doing, which I don't really like. So I'm hoping they can do that. And they basically said, we haven't forgotten about creature and trap balancing, but the design changes are not ready yet. Introducing incomplete systems could imbalance the game further, so we need to think about everything through and properly properly test it all. I feel like this is kind of them saying, you know, we don't want to have to do a creature balance changes and then bring in new systems that will imbalance what we already did. And I think just going through quickly and changing some of the health and damage values of some of the weaker creatures would at least give people something to work with. And I don't think it would take a ton of time. I have to imagine that it's not much more than going into somewhere and changing a few values. And they don't have to go crazy with it. They don't have to go into in depth like they do here, where you're changing everything by a few percent just to make small changes. They could just do a wide buff across a few creatures that really need it. There's a couple creatures in there that just don't have enough health or don't have enough damage to really make themselves viable, and they could do something temporary like that to at least give people a few more creatures to work with, a few more traps to work with, and stuff like that. So I'm hoping they do something small at least like that, and don't make us wait for months and months and months at a time, because the game is quite boring right now in terms of the differences between everybody's castle and stuff like that. There's a reason why I'm not level 30 yet, is it's so boring for me to be attacking these same castles that look exactly the same, and especially ones that only have like spike traps and fire mine traps. You actually just don't get much experience from them, but you can kind of see that when you go through and look at that. So I wanted to show before I end this video, since it's the end of that, I'll go back into the game and show what I was talking about. So what was that guy's name? What was like the number 1 person or something like that? Balthazar. So B-A-L Balthazar. See if I'm spelling this right. There he is. So we go into his profile or attack, and see it shows up as attack, but if I go to attack it, and you can go to target attack, as soon as I hit this, it's like you cannot target a player outside of your league. Becoming friends allows you to compete with players outside of your league. So I would have to be friends with this guy. So basically anybody who's on my friends list can attack me, but I can't attack really people who have higher crowns. And I can look through my friends list and try to find people. There's one here that has a high amount of crowns and stuff like that. And I can slowly attack people to get crowns back as I lose more and more crowns. But I mean, I'm probably just not going to try to be all that competitive with this account, because I have a feeling I'm going to be losing way too many crowns. The main issue, even if this all worked properly, and I wasn't able to do targeted attacks on friends, if a 0 crown person attacks me and loses, I gain 0 crowns. So they can just keep attacking me. I realize they only have 5 chances, but if I have 200 friends and all of them have 0 crowns and all of them attack me, I stand to win literally 0 crowns if all of them fail. But if 1 or 2 of them get through even, then I'll lose 80 crowns or something like that, because I'll probably lose the maximum, which is 40, because I have such a high crown count compared to them. So that's what I don't really like, unless I don't know. Maybe I don't understand the system properly yet or something. I know that it's new, but that's at least my thoughts on the targeted attack system and everything else. So we're going to end the video here. That was my overview for the March update. I don't know if you guys can notice that my voice is a little raspy because I've been, I guess, off and on getting sick. So hopefully that will clear up and I'll be able to do some more viewer castles and hopefully get my castle up to level 26 defense. I've recently upgraded it to level 26, and all of my traps are like unlinked for some reason, because that just kind of happens sometimes. Still been validated through the last video that I did, and pretty much everything is the same. I've upgraded to level 26, and I'm just kind of waiting on getting enough gold to upgrade my my summoning portal and my research lab, and then also the life force to upgrade the necessary things for me to do a level 26 castle. And then I'll upgrade it, do a video on that, and hopefully do a few more viewer casts this week if my sore throat gets a little bit better. But that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.